Chapter 6 can be a really challenging meta to fight in solos. So let's start with, in this first fight you can see we're kind of off spawn and I'm approaching this building in the bird. I jump through this window, which does take 1 or 2 attempts, but once I get through I see this guy and visual sounds on my screen telling me he's coming through the door. I then make sure I have my shotgun out so I can hit him a good 41 to start the fight. I see that he's weak and this is actually white health, so I'm instantly on the aggressive because now I have at least a 50 health advantage on this guy. So what I do is I see the visual steps running away, so I know he's camping behind the door and I'm able to run around and slide to the side. This game gives me an angle on what he's doing up here. I miss my shots with the gun, but I'm instantly looking to lock him down because I see he's only held up by 2 things. Once he's knocked down, I'm then able to look at the footsteps around my screen and just track him and hit him for a good easy kill right there. Once this guy is behind me, I see the visual footsteps on my screen, I'm able to just grab the materials and then from here, I play it completely defensive. And this is how to do that. I make sure I grab all the mats, I then drop down to low ground, blocking everything I possibly can, and then I box up. This was a good example of how to win the fight off spawn with limited mats and good angles, and also how to secure yourself staying alive at the end of the fight. In this next clip we have for you today, I'm currently running out of this building because I do not have a shotgun. And obviously, having a shotgun is detrimental to every single fight. So you need to make sure you have a shotgun. So what we're doing is we're kind of rotating out this building, making sure we are looting some chests on the way to try to get a shotgun. This does not happen. So what we do here is actually quite crazy. So we turn back, flick back, and aim for him as he comes out of the building. Because he's chasing us and he's obviously going to come out at some point. We then hit him a decent chunk of damage, which is great for us. Although we only hit him 27, it's good to get a little bit of starting damage on this fight, because at least we now even the playing field a little bit. What we do here is wait for him to come past and dip behind him. We missed both the shots though, because he's already behind the wall, so it's looking dodgy here. But I see him pull out his builds right here and instantly full edit on him, and he's facing the other way because he's got his builds out and it's an easy kill from here. If you haven't got a shotgun or anything like that, or you're at a significant disadvantage, all you've got to do is kind of look for the play you can do that puts the enemy in a bad spot. So let's say they do pull their builds out, that's an opportunity for you to edit out your wall and stuff like that. You kind of pounce on their weakest moment and you'll get a lot more fights done that way. This fight was a great example of how to play it perfectly. So what I do here is I'm waiting for a kind of like third party on this massive fight right here. I see a kid drop down. I assume he's kind of the aggressor in this fight, so I'm hoping to take a bit of damage off him so we can then push him. So I start off lining up my crosshair, I then hit him 110. I don't miss a shot, which is really good. We can instantly get a massive chunk of damage in. And then I use my sword, I use the movement attack on the sword to get a bit more closer to him. This allows us to close the distance faster, it means he's going to get less heals off. I then do make a little bit of a mistake, but that is coming up. First what I did is I slide. It's really good sliding because don't have to use a sprint and you can actually get there faster. And then you want to use your gun on the way, spraying them, applying a bit of pressure. What I did bad was here was making sure I didn't track him very well. I ended up kind of like freebuilding around this fight for a little bit before I actually locked in and tried to kill him. I don't know, it's just something a bad habit of mine. I tend to do a lot. Just like a bit of a free build. I'm trying to clip him for some reason. I'm not sure though. But after we lock in on him and finally drop down back on his box again after our little free build, we end up doing something really good. So he's pressuring our wall while we're popping up big, and we place a wall, we place a cone, we insta-edit the cone, and we look to the side. We edit out the side, and we then get a beautiful day cone over the top of his box. Playing from double boxes allows us to get these extra angles on people that you wouldn't be able to get out of a single box. We then wait for him to edit. Unfortunately hit him 33. Reset the wall. You have to pull out your builds and then reset if you're resetting a peanut butter on a ramp. Very useful. And then we're just waiting for him to edit. We're holding our gun out and he's done a beautiful nice edit for us. We swing to the left, hit a beautiful little shot with the AR and finish it off. Very nice fight. We could have done with a bit less free building though. If you're enjoying this video so far and you want to see even more and a couple more clips before the end, make sure you check out the fighting masterclass that Destiny Jesus, Reese Hub have just released, and it will be linked down in the description. You can use code JKC for 17% off, and it's going to be great because you get fighting from some of the best tier 1s in the entire world, fighting tutorials specifically made for you. Make sure you take a look and let's get straight back into it. I contemplated not putting this fight in the video, but I've decided to do it. The kids in the solo cash group game 1, game 2 lobbies will be dreadful. And you can see I'm kind of waiting on the mountain. This guy edits out and I just spray my AR. When he gets the wall in front, many people would stop spraying even though they've hit him 192 and carry on pushing him. But I carry on spraying and it's just an instant dead. you've got to realise that a lot of times you're actually making these fights a lot harder than they have to be. These players are not good players. If you played opens, you might be giving players a lot more respect than they actually deserve. This clip right here is the clip we actually got for the win, and I'm going to show you exactly how we ended up getting it. So we're actually on the low ground here, and this guy's on the high ground, which can normally be more of a difficult position to get starting damage off. We actually haven't hit each other yet. We're both still 100-100. He's got the high ground, and I think he's also got the mat advantage, although that doesn't really matter because we both got pretty decent mats anyway. So I start here is protectively going up. I do a little FIFO cone. I then jump to the side after getting blocked off by myself because, I don't know, that was pretty poor. And then I go around protective retakes again. I do a triple edit up, hold the wall. Instead of editing through the wall, I do a window edit, jump up for an optimal peak, hit him 128. Now since I've got the health advantage, he sprays the wall and thinking that I'm just gonna go back around or edit it out again. And I do edit out, but I edit out a complete open edit, cone him and get the kill instantly. This might be the fastest timings I've ever killed the last player in the game in a solo cash cup. Absolutely rolled. I didn't even take damage off this guy. I baited him into having his gun out, and it was the game win after that. Now this fight was actually really good for me. I'm 100 ping because this was on NA servers in the solo cash cup. Now I start off this fight by getting a lovely little 32 tag on this guy over here. I kind of looking at the bottom of this guy's shoes so I can hit him at a lovely little bit of damage. I've then teleported on top of him, and I'm looking to get some counter damage on him. What I'm really doing here is just applying pressure. I'm 100 ping, so I'm not trying to do anything too fancy in terms of my mechanics. I'm just trying to spray through, apply some pressure, and really nail this kill down because he's already been hit a decent chunk of damage. I didn't think he was 100-100 to begin with because he just finished the fight, and now we're looking towards finishing the fight. I start spraying his bottoms like this to try and knock him out, and it doesn't work. He then drops down to this area right here, and I'm looking for a jump shot here. I can see that he hasn't got the back wall yet, so I instantly sprint around to the side, place a ramp. I think about going for this wall, but instead I do the Sui jump off the side. He ends up boxing me up, and I hit a nice 150 to finish the fight. This is on 100 ping, you gotta remember, so this is really interesting that we've managed to kill this guy he's probably NA based and has PR on NAC. On high ping fights, you've just got to play it simple, start your starting damage, and then you got to try and go for a big bang to finish things off. Play it safe though. I took 0 damage during this fight, and that's because I had him on the defensive and I kept the pressure up. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click on another one on the screen. It's the best possible way to support my channel, and I'll have to see you in the next one. Have a great day.